You want to know how to move a little bit more organized and prepare before you get out of that house. In the hot summer, it can be very stressful. I like to start packing a month before I move. I know when you sell a house, I tell you to start packing up the non-essentials before you even put the house for sale. But sometimes you're renting or it's another situation. So a month before is good. One thing to do is make sure you use those Sharpies and mark what's in the box, what room it goes into. A new way of doing that is also color coding each room and have it marked on a chart or in a notebook what color is what room, so it's easier for people who are helping you to place it in each room, or movers. Use your towels, sheets, and blankets to help pack delicates. Obviously, newspaper helps, and now you could just go to the Walmart, Home Depot, or a package supply place, which is usually at storage places because they'll have boxes and package supplies that you could purchase for moving, like paper and bubble wrap. Try to use newer or new boxes because they'll be more sturdy. Back of grocery stores, or just ask the people at the stores and they can help you find what they have access before they crush and recycle them. If you have a bunch of clothes on hangers, you can part them into sections and put garbage bags over them and kind of knot it. Find some other way, twist tie to close it up and easily transport it that way. Make sure you pack a little bit more organized. Take your time to pack. It's like a puzzle, but worth the time to have the least amount of breakage. I know at the end of packing the van, you have a bunch of junk, and it's kind of like the stuff where it's going to make it or it's not. Make sure before you pack or start loading the truck, even like a month or two before, Salvation Army or Goodwill, pick up large items that are still useful for others and get rid of them, because if you're crunched on space and you have to pick and choose what you can't bring with you or don't want to, make sure you donate them or find a way to get rid of them. We accumulate a lot of junk and don't realize it. You will notice when you start packing, you'll have to have a separate bag or box of giveaway. And sometimes you don't realize it until you're sifting through things and packing. Sometimes people just go, pack it all and move. Boxes and space cost money. And when you minimize, you save space and money, and that includes your time, because your time is valuable. Use the right size boxes. Books are always small boxes. They are heavy. Don't put them in big boxes. Make sure you minimize the weight. Large, huge boxes are for light stuff, and medium boxes are for medium weight stuff, and a lot of little heavy things add up to big things, so make sure they're in a bunch of smaller boxes so it's easier to transport or load up onto a dolly without being too cumbersome. And make sure there's no spaces in boxes. Make sure you fill to the top and buffer with towels or crushed paper or whatever you can, because we don't want them to crush and become imbalanced and fall off in the move, because in turns things fly and it gets crazy on the moving truck. Moving is stressful. I want you to consider the time of day you move. If you do hire movers, consider more time than you think you need them for. Bring them in earlier or a day before, because the relevant time of what you think they're going to get done is not always the reality. If you can't afford movers, ask friends and family. If you have family members that are older and cannot help physically move, make them a director. And we all need directors when moving, because if you can do the heavy lifting stuff and have somebody else kind of managing it, they're perfect for that. If somebody has a handicap and can't lift or do heavy lifting or moving too, they are good director material. So you can put them in charge. And sometimes when you're busy and you're stressed, it's just easier to have somebody else manage it. Then it will go so much smoother, and you can start getting to your next destination. And as we know, unloading is always a little bit easier than loading. Have certain items that you know you're going to need immediately. Make sure they're in the very, very back towards the door of the moving truck, or have them in your car. Some people, when they sell their house, they can only get a Friday closing. The problem with Friday closing is sometimes it doesn't fund, and then you can't get the keys until it funds, and you end up staying in a hotel room for the weekend until it funds and you can move into your new place. I've been there. Pack a bag for a couple days and your essentials, like you're going on a weekend trip. And not only is it good if the house doesn't fund for a couple days, it's good for when you just move and you're so tired that you got your little weekend bag with all your essentials and you're good. And essentially, beside your essentials, we're pretty good with a pillow and a blanket. If there's hard floors, hopefully somebody's got the mattress down or the bed made at least, because hard floors are definitely difficult to sleep on. I've been there. Carpet's wonderful though. When you get to that new place, you say, I'm never moving again, or I'm not moving for 10 years. And the reality is we may be there forever, we may not be. And we just kind of go with the flow. If you like this information, tap the like and tap the bell if you want to be updated with more videos.